What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and we're going to be going over the Dow Jones. Going to take a look at our Bitcoin targets. Also, stick around towards the end, and we will take a look at our old gold chart and see how that's panning out. But let's talk about a crash and burn. Give me your ideas first. Well, before we begin, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up, leave your comments down below, subscribe to the channel, and all that good stuff. But let me know, do you really think that's not looking at the markets, right? The markets will follow. Do you really think that the economy is doing good? Our economy is doing good. People are getting by great and everything's all hunky-dory. If you really believe that the economy itself is doing good, let me know in the comment section below. If not, let me know what you think. So either way, I want to hear your opinions, see what's going on with everybody's thoughts. But now we're going to take a look at the markets. As you guys know, I think there's going to be a huge crash, and it doesn't matter if it even goes up a little bit higher because the size of this crash is going to be huge in my opinion. Been talking about it for a long time, was a little bit early, but again, I'll show you in the charts why it doesn't matter if you're a little early and why I think, of course, this is not financial advice, but I think it is very wise to not be in these markets. I've talked about for years to have things you can touch, cash, gold, silver, whatever. Even though I do believe gold and silver are going to crash too, and I'll show you in the gold chart. Gold always does seem to crash with the markets. Not as bad as the markets. That's why you're better off to hold gold than to actually be in the markets. Markets are pure speculation. As of right now, if you really do the research and go into all these companies and total up the stock value and see what their evaluation is, way out of whack, guys. Way out of whack. I do believe these markets are going to come back to reality, and the biggest opportunity of our lifetime is at that time. Millionaires and billionaires are made in bear markets, not bull markets. Paper billionaires and millionaires are born in bull markets, but that disappears when the markets come down. And I think we are in a big cycle, the end of a big cycle. And I think a huge crash is coming. But let's take a look at the charts. Let's take a look at this area. So what happens with the job reports numbers tomorrow? If it's really good, maybe, of course it's fake, no matter what they say. But if it's really good, we may get that one more pop up to end our fifth wave ending diagonal, right? As I've showed you guys here. But chances are it could be topped out right here. And I showed you guys this trend line right here off of these two peaks. We wicked above it. Looks like a big stop hunt to me and a continuation to the downside. We'll see what happens. Again, tomorrow will be the final straw, in my opinion, to let us know which direction we're going to go. If we get some good numbers, they pump out some BS, then we could pump a little higher. But either way, again, I'll show you the end results. But as you can see, yesterday I showed you guys this. We have a high here, low, high, in our lower high. I'm sorry. This high and this high, right? We had a higher high here, lower high here in the RSI. Bearish as all hell. We're going to, of course, we're going to probably get some support here, right around the 41.6. And if that breaks in the next few days, then we're looking at about 40,009. Once that breaks, we can start looking down towards the 38, 39,000 range, and then so on and so forth. If this is an ending fifth wave diagonal, right? This measurement right here is 54%. This one here is 36%. If we're topped out here, the 54% would get us down to about 23.4 and a 36. And these are both just the size of the last recessions, right? I think we're going to go into a depression. I really believe that. Again, no one knows exactly what the market's going to do, but everybody's in this belief that they'll pump the markets until the election's over. Well, 2008 was an election year. I'm sure they tried then, if that's what they really tried. Didn't happen. But anyways, let's get on with it. So as you guys know, most of you that do anything in markets have seen of, or at least heard of, the Wall Street cheat sheet, right? Euphoria, thrill, all right here. Just look at this right here, right? Look how quickly this moved up, and then at the end you have one big spike and it hangs around there for a minute, and then you get a drop, comes back up. Let's look at where we're at now. So I think we're right in the top area here. We're going to have some major downside. we're going to get a decent little rally after a big push down. Everyone's going to be bullish again, thinking everything's coming back. We've seen this stuff over and over. And then the real bear market continues. What will that look like in the charts? Well, we've seen it in 1929 over here on the right-hand side of the screen. You can see, same thing, that big old run up, and then up at the top, messed around in here for a little while before coming down. Then you get that big boost up, get everybody bullish again. All that does is gives, so let's say you owned a lot of stocks, right? You sold a bunch up here, but you sold all the way to around this range, and then you kind of let off. Then everybody let off selling. It pumps back up a little bit, and then you get the idiots that come back in and start buying, thinking that was it, right? So you can sell a little bit higher. But if you sold the whole thing all the way down, it would just come crashing down, right? But that's what these blips are. Every time it comes up, whatever. I've explained this numerous times. Same thing I think is going to happen here. But again, we could have that final push up to that 44, maybe even 45 range. Maybe. We'll see what happens tomorrow. If it's going to happen, I think tomorrow will be your answer. Not meaning it'll go there tomorrow, but meaning that we make a new high or get up and retest the new high first, right? But again, if this is over now, these are the areas I'm looking to come down to, period. If you look on the left, this is just market structure. Look on the left, this is the Amazon.com bubble, right? You had your higher high, then one last higher high that just barely peaked over it, just like we had here, right? I drew this in a long time ago. I think, now again, people are saying Bitcoin can't go below 40, can't go below 30, can't go below 20, can't go below 15, blah, 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 blah. Bitcoin has been traditional markets have been in a massive bull market the whole time Bitcoin was alive, right? Since Bitcoin came out. Now that doesn't mean Bitcoin's not going to make a huge comeback, but in my opinion, we're going to have so much lower prices to buy Bitcoin at. But anyways, so if the traditional markets actually go in a real bear market that Bitcoin has never seen, Bitcoin's not going to hold up, guys. It's just not. It's not what happens. So gold, like I said, gold comes down right when the markets have a big crash. If you can see here, I've drawn this in a long time ago. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, 4, and fifth wave. Again, if the markets go higher, maybe this goes a little bit higher. Maybe it goes up to this 27.2 or 3,100. Either way, we're going to have a massive correction in gold. And if this is the top in gold up here, we'll be looking for within the next, next long time, it could be down to these levels at $1,000. So again, guys, be careful. Now let's get into Bitcoin. If you guys are interested in trading, check out Prime XBT. They do sponsor the channel. There's a link down below. By using my link, you can get up to a $7,000 bonus. You can trade crypto, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, everything, all from one exchange. You can even just use your Bitcoin to trade against traditional stock markets, however you want to trade. You can trade on margin. And again, guys, definitely check them out. It's not a scam exchange like these fly-by-night crap exchanges, right? So anyways, check them out. Again, I throw promo codes out on Prime XBT, $200 bonuses. All you have to do is sign up for an account. You don't even have to make a deposit. I put them up every once in a while. If you're the first one to put that promo code in, you get a free $200 to trade with. You can keep the profits. All right, let's look at where we're at now. So this is the chart I was showing you guys for the last couple weeks, right? I said every time we broke these trends, we fell at least $1,000 from the prior peak, right? So on this one here, we went down 17%. On this one here, once we broke that, we went down 18%. This one here, all the way down 25%. This one here, 30%. Notice they're getting bigger, right? So if we look at where we're at now, if we were to go down just to 17, that would get us to about 55, 56,000. Let's say we go down. Now, let's say this continues, right? Bigger and bigger and bigger. Let's say we go down to 30 again, which was the last biggest. That gets us all the way down to 46. Again, this is just, obviously they're not going to be one straight line. We're going to have bounces or whatever. That's why we look at the 4 hour, right? This is the short zone that I gave you back in March. Anytime I hit this level to short it. This was last week's video. I gave you this area to short. I said, and if it broke and held support above it, then you would look for the 69.7. Is it possible we still get back up to that 69.7? Maybe. But if you did get your short here, you're doing great. And like I told you, if you put your stops in below at your next support and resistance level, so let's say you got in at 66, right? I think it would be safe to say, so right here is your Fibonacci retracement, right? So if you wanted to play it really safe, you'd put your stop somewhere around 65.3, right? So a lot of people say that's a huge loss if it goes up. Yes. But that would mean if we're bottomed here, which I don't think we are, I think we're going to go down to this 59.3 level. So let's go ahead and move this down, right? So let's say 59.3. If we do get a bounce here, this will all end up being a big wave 1, and then we'll have an ABC up for wave 2, and much more downside. Remember, guys, if this trend line right here breaks, and where is it right now? About 59.2. If that breaks, it is massive trouble for Bitcoin, guys. But I have much lower targets. People think it's laughable. I don't. I think we could see 35 to 9,700 at the end of this bear market. Is it going to end this year? Probably not. Is it going to end in 2025? Maybe. Is it going to end in 2026? Possible. We'll see what happens. But nevertheless, I've been talking about this level for a very long time. I do think we are going to retest it. Yeah. And like I said, traditional markets aren't doing good, guys. On paper, they're doing great. People think they're millionaires. I remember that in 2008. If you're old enough to be around in 2008, you'll remember the stock market was doing great. Everybody had tons of money in their 401k. Everything was awesome. In 2010, boom, they lost half, if not more, quickly. And again, I think this is going to be much worse, guys. We are in, that was a housing bubble, right? Or that's what they said it was. We are now in a housing bubble. We are in a debt bubble. We are in a everything bubble. I think, again, I'll say it again. These markets are getting ready to diddy the bulls' asses. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys smash a thumbs up. Leave your comments below. Join the Discord below. There is a link down there. Give me a follow on X. And we'll be keeping track of these markets. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and tick that notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos.